Hello and welcome to World Talks here on TVP World. My name is Diana Skye. After nearly 2 decades of on and off negotiations, India and the European Union appear to be on the cusp of sealing a comprehensive free trade agreement, a development shaped as much by geopolitics as by commerce. And joining me now in studio to unpack what all this means is Tomasz Łukaszuk, research scientist at the Faculty of Political Science and International Studies at the University of Warsaw and a former Polish ambassador to Indonesia and India. So glad to have you with us on World Talks. So now, why does the European Union seek to get these new allies in Asia after signing an agreement with Mercosur?
Well, I would say this way. I mean, it wasn't after Mercosur because it was much longer. The process is already for more than 15 years. And being an ambassador, as you mentioned, to India, I also participated in, let's say, efforts to restart the negotiations and to convince both Brussels and New Delhi that we really need this kind of agreement. Though neither European Union nor India are members of, for example, the comprehensive strategic and economic partnership in Asia, and we need kind of the free trade agreement because if we are dealing with the agreements adopted by China, by our competitor with almost the half of Asian market, this the imperative, I would say, and that's why the visit of Ursula von der Leyen February last year and say the process of restarting and the sectoral negotiations succeeded, and now I believe next week we'll see the ceremony of concluding the free trade agreement with India.
I mean, you did mention Ursula von der Leyen. I mean, she called this EU-India relations potentially, quote, one of the most important partnerships of the century. Do you think it's also mainly aimed at counterbalancing, I have to ask you, China and Russia geopolitically?
Geopolitically, definitely yes. But we have to remember that it's not only Europe is now heading for its more open and wider open strategic autonomy. But India is very much stick into this paradigm of strategic autonomy and balancing between all the superpowers, and for India, this also the one of the acts of this roadmap into the kind of status of the superpower or the rising superpower in the global geopolitics. For us, it's a natural partnership. I'm speaking about European Union and India, and if we take a look at the statistics, it's certainly yes, because European Union as a whole is the biggest trade partner for India and the biggest investor. So it's natural to have such an agreement with the biggest trade and investor partner.
But let me ask you this. You did say that India is often seen, of course, as an investment partner. But do you think that India could also become a strategic competitor to Europe the way China is, for instance?
Yeah, I mean, this I heard many times from Indian friends that you are over-focused on China. You have to speak to us, and we should have this. Our strategic partnership strengthened also as a kind of balance. China and I do agree. It's for us. It's another stress test. I mean, for Europe, for the last 5 years, We have to change our energy policy. We have to change our defense, and now we have to just adjust ourselves to the changing geopolitics, and this is how it works. And certainly the European Union and India are after January 2026 will be more open to each other, and also will listen to each other more often. And I hope and I believe that also it would be also kind of a strong signal to both China and Russia.
Let me ask you this. If we look at the broader picture, do you think that Europe and our region is actually positioning itself to hedge against completely relying on the United States? I mean, with everything that's been happening lately? Or is this more about expanding trade and influence in Asia as well, without, of course, jeopardizing any transatlantic ties?
Yeah, I mean, let us say it this way. I mean, you cannot look at the foreign policy of any organization of country just in the flat, in the flat way. I mean, you have to just look at this way, this very multi-layered construction. That you have you have defense, you have economy, you have the human resilience, and so on and so on. So from this perspective, I would say this way: in terms of defense, United States is our main partner and still will be. If we take a look at, once again, the statistics for the United States, 50% of its foreign military deployments and this Europe. And for Europe, it's the same percentage. I mean, 50% of all the hardware deliveries coming from the United States. And even against all odds and all those hiccups related to Greenland and other questions. So we have to keep this transatlantic partnership alive, and we have to go through this all the hard times and bad times. But none of partnerships, even strategic partnerships known in the global relations, is perfect and free of any kind of problems. We have to just used to it. But we have to understand United States, and we have to also to speak to them and to keep the dialogue. And if we look at India, how many times Prime Minister Modi met Xi Jinping, and for the last 10 years it was more than 40 times. So this is the level of dialogue, and I think we need also the kind of the openness and not speaking about the mutual understanding also for the United States and Europe. I think we have to little bit be more balanced and also more with open-minded. Was speaking about United States and keeping the dialogue of the United States, but also it goes other way. I mean, it should be also the understanding of our main strategic partner that in terms of the territorial disputes, the core, say, and the cradle of the European Union and the North Atlantic Treaty was just to give up all the territorial disputes, just to avoid another global war
conflict,
which happened in the first half of the 20th century. And the same is what is also important, the shift of the European Union from soft to hard power is that so after Russian aggression in Ukraine, there's all the bricks of the Helsinki process just fall apart. And the confidence building measures are not enough. We cut short all the spendings for defense in Europe after 1975, but now we have to totally change.
Thank you so much.
But this is the way we have to understand the global issues and geopolitics nowadays.
Thank you so much, Tomasz Łukaszuk, research scientist at the Faculty of Political Science and International Studies at the University of Warsaw, for being with us here on World Talks this evening.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching this edition of World Talks. I'm Diana Skaya. We'll see you here next time.